Have you ever felt blank? Like something happened and it just give like a blank place or space in your life when you think about your life in retrospect. Hello! A friend of mine that also owns a podcast to say they're siblings, and I don't know, it seems like everybody has a name for their family listeners. Oh, should ours be family, dear family, or dear Christian? No, I think that's taken. Oh, hi guys. That's too random and too generic. Family? I don't know. You guys should tell me what you think our name should be. And we can call ourselves that. I don't want anything to my name like Dear Tim Luluans. Nah. Oh, since my name is Princess, perhaps we could have Dear Royal Family. And we're of a royal family, like kingdom wise. What do you guys think? But while you guys are thinking about that, it's been a while. I know. We had an agreement bi-weekly every 2 weeks. Yeah, so quick updates. I had this paramilitary camp thing that every graduate goes through, like for 3 weeks. It's nothing serious. I wasn't holding guns, nothing, just it's just a scheme to allow people to enjoy other tribe or just mix with, this country where I'm staying, Nigeria. It's very heterogeneous. Is that the word? So like lots of tribes, lots of traditions, a lot of different people from different tribes, different languages, and it just brings unity. That's what the scheme is supposed to be about, or the camp paramilitary thing is supposed to be about. And so in some countries they say, oh, you're serving your country or you're serving your homeland. That is how we view it here. And so currently for a year I'm serving my homeland, but not in a different state entirely, or not in a different part of the world or part of the country entirely. I'm not cooped up somewhere. I was only cooped up for like 3 weeks, and then we're back. Then we'll be posted to like an organization or a school, and there you just serve humanity or serve the people of that particular state. So enough about updates about me. Let's go to why we are here. And so yes, I've apologized for being away for far too long, a month or more. But yeah, I'm back. And I would like to talk about something interesting. I had to take a pause and actually think and like put my thoughts together about the things I want to share. I'm in my reflective mode, so there are like just a lot of things I want to share, and I don't want to, go too personal or bore you guys with a lot of me talk. But have you ever felt blank? Like something happened and it just give like a blank place or space in your life when you think about your life in retrospect. I'm talking about perhaps experiences. When you think about experiences, you're able to, in insight or hindsight, however it is pronounced, you're able to say, oh, this happened, this is what I got about it, or this is what came to me, or this is the lesson that I learned through this experience. But have you ever had experiences where it felt like it didn't teach you anything? I don't know how to explain it, but it's real. And I want to know that there are actually people out there that just feel like, I just went through this and I don't know what it's saying. I have zero idea, zilch, nothing, nada about what this experience is saying. Like, it just happened and that's just it. I don't know what to make of it. It makes no sense. And I went through one of it, I won't say recently, this is perhaps like 2 months ago, and I was so excited, like this is going to bring something, I was so expectant. I am going to learn something through this experience. It felt like I was obeying God with it, like going through with it, and like, you know what, God is about to teach me a lesson. This is different, this is this, and this is that. And none of that happened. Like, the experience happened. It just happened, just like that. But there was no lesson at the end of it. There was no, oh, this is what I'm trying to tell you. It just happened. It just felt like, oh, I wanted to do something. I did it. I'm like, okay, so what's the take? What's the needs? Like, what am I getting from it? Like, pen and paper ready, mind ready, notes, that note check in your mind ready. Like, you want to just like, oh my God, this is like, I was thinking about I was going to hold the mic one day, or come to this podcast, or type on my platform or story, or just share it and be like, you guys, God told me to do this and I just learned a lot from it. But nothing of that happened. It was just a stressful experience, and that was it. And it just came to mind that, what if there was nothing as what I was expecting to happen? There was nothing like that. Like, what if God didn't plan for that to happen? What if the only lesson you could ever take from it is just to be like, okay, I told you to do something, do it. That's just it. You don't have to get something in return. There is no testimony like experience. There is no lesson to learn from it. Just do it. And what if just doing it is the lesson? But it felt so blank. It felt so like as though there was a gap. And that was just it. And so I want to know, as things happen, and the funny thing is that when I think about it, some things like that has happened where it seemed like as though, for example, last year, there are some years in my life that felt blank. Like, when I think about it, I can't remember what happened throughout the year. I can't remember, like, how did the year fly so quick. I think 2 years ago was something like that. Last year was almost like that, but late last year was eventful for me, so I can't really say it was like that. But there are just been like maybe a month or a week that will just fly by, and there is nothing to make of it. It's just like one of those, a week later, when you watch a movie and like 1 year later, it's not like as though nothing happened in that 1 year, but nothing worth recording, nothing worth showing you guys. So let's just skip past the years and fast forward, and let's get here where we can tell you the story. I'll continue the story. And I guess we'll always have moments like that. We'll always have memories like that. We'll always have times like that. It could be a year, it could be a month, it could be few hours, it could be a day, it could be years. And it seemed like as though everything is happening all at once. And if you were to talk about that year in a full sentence, you could wrap it up in a sentence. It's not like swimming in your head. It was just a dare experience. Nothing extraordinary, nothing less extraordinary. It was just there. Nothing really to hold on to. And you know what? It's not bad. It's not worse. So many times we try to hold on to extraordinary. We try to hold on to the spectacular, and we forget the little things, because then we see the little things like they don't matter. Then we see the little things like it's nothing. And meanwhile, perhaps those little things are the ones that we should cherish the most. Those little things are the ones that we should hold on to. Perhaps those little things are like the biggest lessons that we could ever dream to get or to have. For example, my experience, the biggest lesson ever could be, in moments like this, don't look forward to whatever lesson I might teach you. What if you just obeyed and that's just all? What if you just obeyed and that's just all? What if you just went through it and that's just all? What if what seemed like a mountain is actually not a mountain, and you surpass it and you go through it and you're like, I really overestimated this battle and I'm good after it, and it's not any extraordinary battle that you will come to share. It might not even make it as a sentence in your memory if you're able to tell a story about it or about your life. It might not even make a sentence in the old story of your life in hindsight or in retrospect. What if? What if? Just what if? And what if that thing that scares you the most right now is not something that should scare you at all? What if you go through with it and you come out better? What if that which you hold as big, as high, as insurmountable, as unbearable is actually bearable? Just what if? What if God turns it around for your good? What if it turns out better than you ever hoped for? What if it turns out good? What if it turns out to be the best experience ever? What if it's not just another gap in your experience? What if it's not blank? What if it turns out to be your most eventful year? What if it turns out to be your most eventful month or day or year? What if you actually take it serious? And what if it's not bad? And what if, just what if, there is a little lesson as a big lesson, or a big lesson as a little lesson? And what if there is no lesson at all? Does that make it bad? No. If it doesn't meet your expectation, does that make it very terrible? No. Regardless, we ought to see the good in everything. And we might not get it now. In fact, that gap in experience might not make sense to us now. What if there's just a part, a chapter that we ought to get into? Do you know what? Even in movies, when I mention that, we do fast forward or skip past that year, do you know that there are certain parts of the movie that there is a flashback to that particular scene that they didn't show you before? Or to that particular 1 year that was collapsed into just few words of 1 year later, there could be something so marvelous that they do a flashback to, and then they show you that, you know what, we thought this wasn't important, but guess what, it is. And we are showing you because it makes it makes it make sense. It is that missing piece that just brings the whole story together at the end of the day. Alright, thank you very much for listening to another episode of this podcast. We really need to come up with that name, and you guys should tell me what you come up with in the comments. I'll be looking and waiting. If you come up with one, and then the best wins, I guess. And then the next episode I'll call you that. So yeah, it's really nice to talk to you again, to let my thoughts out and be reflective with you. Thank you for listening and for always indulging me. Until next time, I still remain. I don't think I introduced myself. Wow, so rude of me. My name is Igmilade Timloa Princess. If you're just listening to the Safe Space podcast with Princess, now you've met me. I'm a writer, a podcaster, a broadcaster, a very imaginative person, and yeah, a Christian. That's basically all that I am. A lover of Christ, a lover of God, a chaser of God, a bride. Stop it. I'm joking. But yeah, you've met me through, yeah, you can see how, yeah, all over the place I am, and goofy and all of those things. Yeah, and you can follow me on Instagram at stimlulu underscore the story shower. And you can also search out my videos on YouTube, Eden Global Productions. Yeah, I do this review show that I think I have opinions over movies and anything that tells stories, because I'm a story shower. I love to tell stories, and I love to. Okay, I'm doing too much now. Bye. Introduce yourself to me. Tell me what you do. Tell me your name. I love to know you. Tell me what you do. Tell me who you are, and tell me what you think about this episode as well. And share with your friends. Bye. Guys, I just waved to the imaginary audience, so please wave back.